On the long, vast, and tumultuous journey of life, everyone longs for companions, kindred spirits to share joy, lessen sorrow, grow together, and overcome storms. Friendship, in its most ideal form, is one of the most sacred and precious emotional bonds. However, amidst countless social interactions and everyday cheerful conversations, how can we distinguish sincere, lasting friendships from superficial, self-serving connections? The common saying passed down through generations by our ancestors, "True friends are only recognized in adversity," or "Gold is tested by fire, friends are tested by adversity," provides a profound, albeit harsh, answer to that question. This viewpoint emphasizes that it is precisely during the most difficult times, on the long, vast, and tumultuous journey of life, the toughest challenges of life, that the true nature of friendship is most clearly revealed. 1. Peaceful times and the ambiguity of friendship. When life goes smoothly and favorably, maintaining friendships seems quite easy. We gather together to eat, play, share trivial stories and small successes. In those happy moments, people can appear friendly, enthusiastic, and generous. Laughter, congratulations, and encouraging pats on the back can create an illusion of deep connection. Anyone can be a good friend when there is nothing to lose, nothing to sacrifice. However, it is precisely in this peace that the line between true friends and social acquaintances, or fair-weather friends, becomes blurred. Opportunistic friends may approach us for status, money, opportunities, or simply to have someone to pass the time with. They might say pleasant things on the long, vast, and tumultuous journey of life, show false concert, but their underlying motive is personal gain. In favorable conditions, it is very difficult to distinguish the genuine sincerity behind these outward appearances. The mask of kindness and generosity is easily worn when there is no significant pressure or challenge. 2. Adversity, the unforgiving fire test. When storms hit, perhaps a career failure, the loss of a loved one, facing illness, a financial crisis, or simply falling into a state of mental breakdown, the picture of the relationships around us suddenly changes. Adversity is like a strong wind that blows away the glossy outer layers, revealing the true nature within. This is when the harsh test of friendship takes place. Natural filtering. Difficulties and adversity demand sharing, sacrifice, and patience, things that superficial friendships cannot offer. Opportunistic friends, seeing that we no longer have exploitable value, or simply not wanting to get involved or take on extra trouble, will automatically withdraw. They might make excuses, avoid calls, or disappear completely. This disappearance, though harsh, is the most effective way to identify those who only came to us for temporary benefits, revealing loyalty. Conversely, true friends will not turn their backs when we are weakest and need them most. They understand that friendship involves not only joy, but also responsibility and sharing in hardship. They stay, not out of obligatio, but out of genuine care and deep loyalty. Their presence in times of adversity is the most eloquent testament to the value of friendship. Demanding sacrifice. Helping a friend in difficulty often involves sacrificing time, effort, money, and even emotions. True friends are willing to do this without calculating the cost. They might stay up late listening to us confide, run around helping us solve problems, lend us money without demanding immediate repayment, or simply sit quietly beside us, providing moral support. The willingness to sacrifice for friends during hard times is an unmistakable sign of genuine affection, showing deep empathy. In adversity, what we need is not just sympathy, but empathy, the ability to understand and feel another's pain as if it were our own. True friends will not judge or blame, but try to put themselves in our shoes, share our sorrow, listen with their whole heart, and offer sincere encouragement, helping us maintain faith and hope. 3. Portrait of a true friend in the storm. When facing adversity, A true friend often shows themselves through specific actions, whether large or small, steadfast presence. They don't avoid us, but actively seek us out, even if it's just to sit beside us, listen silently, or hold our hand tightly. Their presence brings an invaluable sense of security and protection. Practical support. Depending on their ability, they will find concrete ways to help, assisting with job hunting, making introductions, looking after children, providing financial support within their means, cooking a meal. Source of moral support. They don't let us drown in despair, always reminding us of our strengths, inspiring faith in the future, and working with us to find solutions. Necessary honesty. Sometimes, they are also the ones who dare to speak the harsh truth, pointing out our mistakes constructively, to help us see the situation clearly, rather than just saying pleasing words. Tolerance and non-judgment. They accept us as we are, including our weaknesses, failures, and mistakes, without digging up the past or adding fuel to the fire. These actions don't need to be grand or extraordinary. Sometimes, just a timely message asking how we are, a tight hug, or an understanding look is enough to warm a cold heart and affirm the value of a true friendship. 4. Additional perspectives and relativity. However, is the view that true friends are only recognized in adversity always entirely correct and the sole criterion? We need to look at the issue from a more multifaceted perspective. Friendship in everyday moments. True friendship is not only shown in storms, but is also nurtured through ordinary daily moments. Regular check-ins, listening and sharing trivial matters, respecting personal differences, maintaining trust over the years, are also important factors in building a lasting friendship. Joy doubled. True friends are not only those who share our sorrows, but also those who genuinely rejoice in our successes, without a hint of jealousy or envy. The ability to share joy sincerely is also an important test of friendship. Personal circumstances and limitations. Sometimes, a good friend cannot be present or help us during adversity, not because they don't want to, but because they are also facing their own difficulties, or simply because they lack the means, financial, time, health. Rushing to conclude they are not a good friend based solely on their absence at a specific time might be unfair. Different ways of showing care. Everyone has different ways of expressing affection and concern. Some friends quietly watch over us, silently pray, or help indirectly, without us knowing. Not everyone is good at showing concern directly or strongly. Therefore, adversity is an important and often accurate test, but it should not be the sole criterion for judging the entire value of a friendship. It is necessary to consider the whole process, the consistency in that friend's attitude and actions over time, in both joy and sorrow. Conclusion. Despite additional perspectives, the weight and profound truth in the saying, true friends are only recognized in adversity, cannot be denied. It is precisely in the most difficult, dire circumstances, when personal interests and convenience are challenged, that loyalty, selflessness, and genuine affection have the clearest opportunity to be verified. Life's storms act as a harsh filter, helping us distinguish true gold from brass, identifying the companions ready to stand shoulder to shoulder versus mere passers-by when the skies are clear. The friends who stay by our side in adversity, extending a helping hand without calculation, are the precious gems life gives us. Their presence and support not only help us overcome difficulties, but also reinforce our faith in humanity, providing immense spiritual strength. Losing fake friends during hardship may be initially painful, but in the long run, it is a necessary purification, helping us appreciate the remaining true relationships even more. Therefore, let us be grateful for difficulties and challenges, because they not only make us stronger, but also help us see through people's hearts, recognizing who the true friends are that deserve our appreciation, preservation, and the nurturing of that sacred bond throughout our lives. Friendship tested through adversity is the most enduringly valuable friendship.